Hi everyone, for tonight's Nightcap and review, I'm having a water, and tonight I'll be reviewing The Kiss of Death by Shanen and Ricci. This is a book I received as an ARC, but of course I'm giving my honest opinion. These are the tropes, and these are the content warnings. My rating for this book is a 4.25. I really did enjoy it and I'm excited to talk about it. So what's this book about? So this book is about a female main character by the name of Dahlia who is attending Pantheon University. She's really excited to attend the university for a multitude of reasons. One being that she is now able to breathe and spread her wings. Up until now, she has lived with her father who is very overprotective, so much so she lives basically in a gilded cage. So she's excited to be on site at this very secure university and finally be able to breathe and learn and explore who she is. But she also has a legacy connection to this university with both her mother and I believe her father having attended here. So this university is very special to her because it feels a connection to her mother who passed when she was a child. Along with that legacy, something did happen when she was younger at this university. They had an opera house and they would attend a yearly Christmas concert, and Dahlia, who from a young age played the violin, made a promise with her mother that she would one day play in that opera house. So it was a goal they were both striving for and a connection between the two of them. Unfortunately, due to some circumstances, her mother died in that opera house, and the Christmas concerts or all concerts had not played since then. But it sounds like that, along with her now attending the university, it sounds like that opera house is now going to be reopened. With the opening of the opera house, she hopes to someday, if not sooner, be good enough to play on its stage so she can have that connection to her mother. However, until then, she has to excel in her classes so she can be good enough to get on that stage. Now, there is an individual at the school by the name of Levi who has set his sights on her and with his hatred wants to do everything in his power to get her kicked out and see her destroyed. Levi is actually someone Dahlia knows from her childhood. He is the son of her former violin teacher, a violin teacher who she formed a special connection with in a way who became her mother figure after the passing of her mother. But from the first moment Levi set eyes on Dahlia, he hated her, mostly due to the way she was able to form a connection with his own mother, a connection he wasn't able to form. So as he grew older, his hatred grew, and due to other things that happened between the two of them, he is now wanting his revenge. So he's going to do everything he can to get her kicked out and destroy her and her father. But what we need to remember is there's a fine line between hate and love and obsession. So what are my thoughts? Again, I'm giving this a 4.25. I really did enjoy it. Now, I will say I do think this book would be a great starter book for those who are wanting to dip their toes into dark romance and bully trope romances, simply because I will say the bulliness aspect of it, on a scale from 1 to 5, is on the lighter end. I would say a 1 to 1.5 personally, but in terms of the intensity and obsessiveness that you get from bully romances and dark romances, Levi, the male main character, had that in spades, and I really enjoyed that about him. He is definitely an intense character, especially when it pertains to Dahlia. Now, for the MCs, I really did enjoy both of them. Like I said previously with Levi, his intensity and obsessiveness, I loved it. But I also enjoyed Dahlia with her sweet nature. Both have suffered a form of trauma due to how they grew up. Dahlia with the extreme constraints her father put on her to the point of suffocation. Now she's able to explore who she is, and I enjoyed seeing her make choices for herself and stand by those choices and just grow. She was a very sweet character. Levi, unfortunately, suffered abuse in his childhood, so much so it has affected him and stunted him in a lot of ways. He has developed a very controlling nature of those around him, trying to gather information so that he can control people so they can do what he needs them to do. He wants to be in control. And you would think with that controlling nature, he wouldn't be a good fit for Dahlia. But in some ways, he was very supportive to the best of his ability, as he could be, because he doesn't form relationships like a lot of people. That Dahlia recognizes is a form of loneliness and inability to connect. So her recognizing that kind of made her the best fit for him, and they really did work together, and I believed in their relationship and their chemistry. Overall, I really enjoyed the book, the plot, and the characters, including the side characters. Like, the grandma in this book is a hoot. I love her. Now, if I'm going to be completely honest, there were 2 moments in this book I, as a reader, did not completely mesh with. Now, they are probably personal preferences, so I'm not going to go full in-depth into them because you, as a reader, could probably have a completely different reaction. But there was one sentence that was a little too deeply rooted in purity culture for me that I thought could have been worded differently. Yes, Dahlia comes from a church background, but she doesn't seem so seeped into purity culture that sentence didn't really match match up with her, especially after she's been intimate with Levi. She doesn't suffer the guilt of having broken that purity promise. Also, the first time she is intimate with Levi, like full on intimate, certain things didn't happen, which was strange for the way Levi and her were acting leading up to this moment, that I was like, why didn't this happen? It was almost there, but it just didn't make sense, and threw me off a little bit. But again, overall, I really did enjoy this book, and I strongly encourage other people to give it a try, especially if you like the intensity of some male main characters. You're definitely gonna get that with Levi. So this book will be available September 10th. Give it a read, give it a try. I hope you enjoy it. I hope everyone has a good night and happy readings.